Welcome back everyone to today's video, and in today's first video we're going to be looking at the weather for the next couple of weeks, so basically a 10 to 14 day forecast, but we will go a bit beyond that to have a look at the possible extremely cold start of January, and even into the middle of January could be quite cold with some of the ECMWF charts today. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the current situation is, once again, very strong westerly winds coming in off the Atlantic across the country. Once again, it's going to be quite windy today. We have got troughs of low pressure just to the north of Scotland, and Scotland could be a bit cooler with them northerly, easterly, northeasterly winds pushing in. So let's show you the GFS charts now. Okay, so this is the GFS midnight run. We're going to be having a look at what this is looking like, but the current situation, we have low pressure coming in off the Atlantic, bringing more wet, windy and unsettled weather. We could even have another named storm next weekend, it's looking like. So now let's run through this. So as we go through into Friday, we actually start bringing in a bit cooler of a northerly wind from the north just here. As you can see, that maybe that does go a little bit more interesting just there, as you can see, but it's not much, and we won't really say much about that because it's just a quick pass through like that. So it does go a bit cooler for a time before the Atlantic comes and ruins it again with another area of low pressure. That'll probably be another named storm of winds wrapping around this low pressure here. Once again, westerly, wet, windy and unsettled. So as we continue after that, we continue with the wet, windy and unsettled weather, but we are trying to raise heights towards Greenland and Scandinavia at this point. And we do get high pressure going north, and we do go a little bit cooler for a time from the north northeast before the high pressure topples over and we are back into them westerly. So not much from the operational midnight run today, so that is not that good, but I'll show you the diagram to show you what the other GFS ensembles are looking like. Okay, so this is the GFS ensembles midnight run, and this is what we're looking like. Once again, we're a bit above average temperature for London at the moment, but we will drop down a little bit over the next couple of days into the new year. We could actually go a bit colder with a bit of snow in places, but not really much sign of that anywhere else. And then we do go above average once again, so we're up down a lot really. And then after this period just here, I mean, look at this outlier here. That one's going warm and hot. Very interesting from that one, but that won't come off. And then after that we do have a cooling trend, but the cooling trend is nowhere near as severe as it was the other days. If you see, the operational run does go quite cold for a period just there. A lot of wet, windy and settled weather, as you can see. A big spike of precipitation just there. It's really wet all the way through until the end. So that is the charts for you from the GFS. Now we're going to show you the ECMWF charts for the next couple of weeks. So we could be going colder around here, I would say, after the new year. It looks like there is a signal for colder weather and blocking, but we'll have to see. So I'll show you the ECMWF charts just now. Okay, so this is what week 1 looks like from the 500 millibar height from the ECMWF. We've got high pressure blocking over Greenland. That's interesting, isn't it? And we've got northeasterly winds coming in from Scandinavia, so that looks quite cold actually for a lot of the country. Then winds wrapping around this low pressure here. It will keep the wind in from the east, and especially for the more northern half of the country. So that looks very, very interesting. Let's have a look what the precipitation looks like based on that. So for the north and up here where that blocking is, we're a lot drier than average. Scotland a lot drier than average, but around average for a lot of the eastern, above average for the eastern central. We're looking around average really of that. So the temperatures are going to look like this. Let's see. Wow, they're very, very cold for week 1 just here. I mean, look how cold it is towards Scandinavia, and that's to average as well. So it's not just cold like usual. It's really, really, really cold there. And that sinking down to Europe and straight onto us. So it looks very, very cold for week 1. Let's have a look at what week 2 looks like. We will go to week 3, I think, because how interesting these charts have been over the last couple of days. So week 2 is the 8th to the 15th January. Wow, once again, the blocking signal in the Atlantic towards Greenland strengthened just here, and we got that trough of low pressure sinking towards Portugal and Spain and Portugal, all the way through the side here, and wind in from the northeast. So once again, that looks quite cold, but we'll see what the precipitation is like based on that. So we'll go to week 2. We do look drier than average for most of the country, except from the eastern coast, as them showers will be coming in from the east, but a bit drier than average with the precipitation. So the temperature looks like this. Once again, we are colder, and look how still very cold over Europe, and that cold air even sinking towards Portugal and Spain and Portugal. All the low countries all going cold, pushing south from Europe, nearly getting to top of Italy just there. And we stay very, very cold. That's very interesting. So, but we will show you week 3. So let's see if there's any change. No, once again, looks very blocked in the Atlantic. Trough of low pressure and winds in from the northeast. So once again, that looks quite cold with that one. Precipitation's looking like this. Around average really, not really much signal with that one. The temperature, now we are getting out of range, so I don't know what the temperature is going to say here, but once again it actually does keep us cold, but the signal is weakening, so to get cold still from that, it would mean we would be very cold. So once again, cold for week 3, and I don't think we're going to go any further than that for today's first video, as we have got, we'll give you an update on the strat, SSW and other stuff in the stratosphere going on at the moment and the latest runs. Then we'll probably have a look at the weather for the new year, going through most of the short range models to see what the overall outcome is looking like at the moment. So that is it for today's first video. Thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.